I'm from Europe, so I never had this as a child. This is an Etch A Sketch. It's a plotter that you can control like this with two knobs. With one of them you control the Y-axis and with the other one you control the X-axis. And then to erase the drawing, you just do something like this and the drawing is gone. I'm really bad at drawing with this thing, but I am good at engineering. So can I turn this into a CNC sketch with some electronics and stepper motors? Let's find out. In the past, I've already built a CNC machine like the Indie Mill that can even machine aluminum, and I also created the Dremel CNC that was a 3D printed, very easy and very inexpensive to build CNC machine. And this project won't be as useful as Indie Mill or Dremel CNC, but it will be a great introduction to making for kids, and it will also give you the understanding of CNC machining, as a lot of concepts are exactly the same. And of course, it all started with a CAD design that I made in Fusion 360. I added the stepper motors and some 3D printed elements that hold the motors attached to the Etch A Sketch with some gearing. The goal was to make everything reversible and do not introduce any modifications to Etch A Sketch. And then there was printing time. I'm a huge fan of Bumble Up printers, but even these printers with all the smart functions, they do fail from time to time. And in this case, the spaghetti detection didn't work. It almost worked, and this one is fine, I guess. Another 3 hours wasted. This part broken during printing and not printed completely. This one wrapped a little bit at the end, and because of that I wasn't able to properly put the nuts in place, but the gears were perfect. And here is the construction that looks like a game console. And now I should just put it like this on the Etch A Sketch. Maybe tighten a little bit the screws. I just realized that I made a very big mistake. I put the screws from the sides, and because of that the forces are bending this part like this, and that is changing the geometry quite a lot, and the gearing will probably not work properly. If I put the screws from the bottom, screwing to this part through this part, that would work way better. But also I'm not a fan of how bulky it is, and also that once I add the motors, this thing will get quite heavy, and if you want to erase the drawing, you have to lift it and shake it. I'm starting to realize there is much better way of designing that, and I think the much better way is simply a docking station. I need to create a docking station for Etch A Sketch. The two motors from the bottom with the holder that holds the Etch A Sketch, and then we need some kind of like fits for this holder so that it stands vertically and everything holds together pretty well. And here on the sides we need this kind of features that hold the Etch A Sketch. Even such an ugly drawing makes designing a lot easier, so I designed the plate that then holds two stepper motors, and we have these two fits that just hold everything in place and stable on your desk, and then there are gears that drive the Etch A Sketch, and that is the complete assembly. It's literally just 3 3D printed parts plus 2 gears. And that's how it works. You can just put it here, the CNC attachment will just draw whatever it has to draw on the Etch A Sketch, and then without disconnecting any screws, any gears, anything really, you can just grab it, you can erase the drawing and just easily put it back in place. Easily put it back in place. Come on, easily. And easily put it back in place. And the best part is you don't have to modify anything in Etch A Sketch. It's still just a toy that you can use as well. You can just remove it, get rid of the gears if you don't want them. To turn this into a CNC and to control the stepper motors, I will be using this electronics board that I designed a while ago. It's a DIY PCB. I made it at home with Dremel CNC.
all the traces were cut with a milling bit, and then all the holes were also drilled with a CNC machine. It's been like 3 or 4 years already, and this PCB is still in perfect condition, despite it has been stored in a garage where the humidity is very high. Sure, soldering is not as easy as with a professional solder mask, but it's still quite doable if you have just a little bit of experience with soldering. And you can even do a solder mask at home, but I personally never tried it. And that PCB was a driver for an HBot plotter that I built a while ago. It used 3D printed parts and some aluminum parts made on indie mill, and it could draw stuff like this, but it could also draw on wood with a Dremel burner, which I think is a pretty interesting idea, and the video is on my channel. The project is open source, you can find all the files on my GitHub. I will put a link in the video description. But now I will take you outside. It's super cold in Poland recently, like -10 degrees is pretty normal, but I'm going to take you cycling and even climbing. And I'm doing all of that to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, HoverAir. HoverAir is a drone that you can easily fit in your pocket. It's really that small and you don't even need a remote to fly it. Here's how it works. You just take the drone, you choose the mode. Let's go with the zoom out. You press one button.
15 meters. Zoom out.
And now it will zoom out from me 15 meters. And in a moment it will come back and land on my hand. Let's try orbit. And there are over 15 modes like this. It makes it a lot easier to record everything on your own. And it also has obstacle avoidance, as you can see. But of course, if you want to record some cinematic shots, you can also use the remote, which is modular and magnetic, very easy to use, and has even a built-in tiny screen so that you don't need to connect your smartphone to the remote in order to fly with the drone. The drone has plenty of built-in modes and presets for recording. It can also track you while you run, cycle or ski, and it works flawlessly. If you also want to record some cool outside activities like running, cycling, climbing or just spending time with family, HoverAir Pro Max drone is perfect for that. There will be a link to this drone in the video description, go check it out. Remember that supporting the sponsor of this video means also supporting my channel. Thank you very much. But I am aware that most people won't be making a custom PCB for a project like this one. It's really cool, but it's a lot of work and requires some knowledge and some machines to create a PCB like this one. No worries, you can easily create it all on a breadboard. You can just connect the stepper drivers, the Raspberry Pi Pico, connect a few cables, and it will work without any problems. It won't be as robust as a custom PCB because when you move the breadboard around, the cables can disconnect. But a more robust solution is a CNC shield, also called an Arduino GRBL shield, I think. You can easily just plug it from the top to the Arduino, then you can connect the stepper drivers and stepper motors, and everything stays connected and is a really nice small form factor that you can also attach to the CNC A Sketch like this. So it really doesn't matter, a custom PCB, a breadboard or a GRBL shield, everything will work just fine for this project. And here is the code for the Raspberry Pi Pico. It was based on my plotter code. It's very similar and it's in Python. Here I have defined how many steps I need to make to draw a 1mm line on the Etch A Sketch, and it was just a trial and error until it was fine. I measured that with a ruler. And then there is a lot of variables and functions that are used to control the motors, and of course the move to function that calculates how many steps we have to make to end up in a point from the G-code, and of course the G-code parser. And then I just do all of that in a loop and send OK once the command is executed. Finally, we have a huge success. I won't even tell you how long it took me to figure out a very simple mistake. This simple rectangle that I'm drawing, it is actually drawn from my computer. So the computer is properly communicating via USB to the Pi Pico. I can send the G-code and I can draw whatever I want now, but we need one more thing, and that is a software with a nice user interface app so that we do not have to use the terminal. And in this software I want to load the image, turn it into vectors, then these vectors into G-code, and then send the G-code to the Etch A Sketch. And I really hope that I will be able to create this app with AI. Not only was I able to create it all with AI, it was super easy. For that I use anti-gravity from Google. It's not sponsored in any way. There are other similar tools like Cursor or for example the GitHub Copilot plugin for VS Code, but anti-gravity just worked for me. You give it a prompt, it creates a plan and then implements everything. And this was not an easy thing to implement for AI because I was very specific with how the G-code has to be created and how the image has to be converted into vectors, and it handled it all. It created the tabs, it created the settings, it converted all of the things and visualized it nicely, and then created all the necessary modules to communicate properly with Raspberry Pi Pico and send the G-code. And maybe I spent like 10-15 minutes debugging the code and just fixing a few lines, but everything else, it was just prompting. Pretty impressive. And if you are wondering how it looks like, you just give it a prompt, it creates the plan for you and then starts implementing all of the files, creating everything it needs, and when there is an error, it just corrects it and continues.
There is a small chance that now it will finally work. Let me import the test logo here. Now let's process the image, generate the G-code, and start drawing. It's moving. And that's it. We have one line of G-code is working. Okay, I guess there is still some debugging to do. AI is really good at writing code and polishing this one last percent to get it working perfectly, that will probably take a lot of time. But still, programming with AI is cool, because I really don't like programming. And obviously the error was not where I have been looking. It wasn't the desktop app, it was the Raspberry Pi Pico and a weird problem with the Bresenham's algorithm that I implemented and that ChatGPT modified. My version was working for the HBot plotter that I built a while ago, and then for Cartesian I just used ChatGPT to modify the program, and it introduced some weird changes that completely destroyed the program. Come on, maybe now? Yes! It's ready! It worked! It totally worked. Of course, there are things to improve, like for example, we have the width and height switched, so I need to swap them so that this thing is actually printed as it is on the screen on the monitor. I mean, come on, it's the screw, it's my logo. Maybe let's erase it.
If you want to build a CNC sketch on your own, I will put all of the files I created for this project on my GitHub so that you can build it completely for free. It will be open source. I think this project is a great introduction to CNC machining, but especially it's a great introduction to making for kids. And this project is just very exciting. It's a toy that gets, a bit more serious and a bit more complicated thanks to all of the things that I did in this video. If you'd like to support my work and get a bit more guidance on how to build this project, you can get an instruction from my store. It's industry.cc/store. The instruction explains a little bit more on how to assemble everything and how to run all the programs, but keep in mind it is completely not necessary to build this project. You can just download everything for free from GitHub and build it without paying anything to me. Obviously, you will have to buy all the parts, the stepper motors, 3D print the files and the electronics to get this project working, but the total cost is not really high and it's around this much. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks a lot to Hover Air for sponsoring. Don't forget to check out the link to them in the video description and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.